What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Komaris, and as you can see by the title, today I'm going to be giving 20 facts about me. And this video was created to, be like another introduction. Since I've been growing like a lot over these past couple of weeks, on here with my subscribers and things like that. I'm very grateful and appreciative of everyone who's been joining the support and things like that. Hopefully that you all stick around and you're able to not even stick around if you don't want to, but you're able to see like if this space that I am creating is for you. And I just want to say that the facts that I am going to be sharing aren't like just to be known like separately, and things like that. These are all facts just collectively should be collectively grouped together to show that these are all things that build upon each other to create the person that I am today. And yeah. Fact one, I was afraid to start a YouTube channel. And I grew up inspired by like shoe reviewers like Bull One TRC, Tony D 2 Wow, Pat is Dope, The Vintage, all black male shoe reviewers. I was very heavy into like watching shoe reviews on a daily basis and things like that after school every week, trying to pay attention to like what is dropping and stuff like that. Like that's what I would watch, and it'd be so inspiring. I'd be like, how are they getting these shoes so early? Like, I wish I could do that. Like, I wish I could show these shoes and things like that and connect with people who knew about shoes, because growing up, like, people were not as engaged into sneaker culture or could acquire shoes and things like that if they weren't interested in sneaker culture. Like, you have to like know the facts, you have to know the dates, you have to know what stores is coming to, this, that, the times and stuff like that. But nowadays, like, it's no longer a niche. Like, everyone can get a shoe and not even know the name of it, but they can get it. And yeah. And I was also inspired by like ATL teen creators like Child the Greatest, HYTB, which is, Jontavian, even Brandon got fans, The Life of Cash K, definitely one of my favorite YouTubers back then, that really had me wanting to do YouTube, like seeing him, because I think we are the same age or within the same age range. Yeah, seeing him like go and do things and grow. Like, I literally was there when he started his channel and stuff like that, and when he started like doing more fashion based things, and it was just so, dope to watch. And I used to wish that I would one day do the same thing. And I felt like I couldn't, because growing up I was not the most social person, which also is kind of a lie, because when I'm talking to like family members, or just, well, at the time all I really had was family members, people that I was close to. When it comes to like certain topics, I can talk all day, and that's something that I wish I would have just let myself know. Like, you can choose the topics that you want to talk about. The videos don't always have to be like vlogs and day in the life, this and that, because I was definitely like stuck in the house. Like, I wasn't doing like a lot of the outside things, so I feel like I wouldn't be interesting, or I wouldn't have like many talking points to, really be committed to YouTube, if that makes sense. But now I'm doing it, and that's all that matters. Fact two, I am from Jackson, Mississippi. And if you know anything about me, I'm always going to let you know that I am from the South. I am from Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi to be exact. Born and raised. And, I feel like as a person who is a creative, and is interested in, like the arts and stuff like that, and creating for social media and off social media, I want there to be more people like expressing that they're from here. Because like growing up, I feel like a lot of things were impossible just because I didn't see representation of um people from where I'm from doing those things. I used to feel like I would have to move, go to California, New York to I feel like people wouldn't really discover where I am. And in a sense that is still kind of true. And it will also make you feel like people like you aren't here, there aren't creatives here and things like that. And throughout the years, like I've been proven wrong by all of that. We definitely have like many like events and things going on like within our city and the state that isn't really like publicized in ways that, you know, all the negative things are publicized. But yeah, my goal is to make it into rooms and spaces to where I am able to learn and, you know, do more, and also like find ways to bring back opportunities and feed not only the youth but also just like people within my age range as well, who are looking for an opportunity to showcase their talents and things like that, because we are overlooked. And I hate that people feel, especially that I felt, since I felt this way, that we have to go all across the globe and things like that to be recognized and respected, because they see us. They really do see us, especially with social media. They definitely see us and they take from us as well. And a lot of us miss out on opportunities simply because of us not being in proximity, which is unfair and stupid, because like a plane ticket is nothing. And also like if you really are invested into us, you can pay for that plane ticket, or we could pay for it. But yeah. Fact 3, my favorite color is green. And you know, I used to grow up saying like my favorite color is green. At first it was blue. But then I started saying it was green because my dad said his favorite color was green. And I will always see him like wear his Celtics jersey, and his Celtics jumpsuit, which was, you know, green. And then as I got older, like I started seeing like after I painted my room green, I started seeing like how paying attention to how, like how much green has always been like involved in my life, and not just within nature, but like even certain homes would be painted green. And like my great grandmother's house is green. um Certain folders, like random folders that I would get in class, would be green. um it's just a lot of random like things that make me feel like this is a sign like green may be my color. Like a lot of my favorite things are green. Like one of the bikes that I got for my birthday was green. And yeah, it just was a lot. It's weird, but I just feel like green is definitely like my God-given color in a way. And it's very hard to like really explain, but it's something that I just feel. Fact 4, I dance. And I was introduced to dance through my mom and aunt. Like they would show me movies like Step Up, and we would also like watch this show America's Best Dance Crew, which was a very, very, very great and raw and uncut dance show that used to be on MTV, I believe, where dance groups would battle against each other and things like that. And I was able to discover like a lot of some of my favorite dancers on there. But I also grew up like watching a lot of Sierra music videos. She's definitely like one of my favorite dancers, and she created, well, she didn't create this move, but she popularized the Matrix move, back then move, and that's definitely like one of my favorite moves to do when I'm dancing. And yeah, I'm just really like in love with hip hop dance and things like that. Some of my favorite dancers are Gabe de Guzman, Casey Rice, Sean Bankhead, of course, Kaylin KK Harris, which is somebody that I was introduced through the America's Best Dance Group show. She was part of the group Eight Flavors, and I believe it was like 8 different girls at the time. I think that was the youngest dance crew on the show to ever be on the show. And yeah, I'm not a trained dancer. I never really like took any dance classes. Well, now that is a lie. But for hip hop, I've never taken any dance classes. But I did take an intro to modern class while in college, and I feel like that modern class helped me like become more free when I'm dancing, because I am a person who is just now getting into like full on choreography. Um, I be very focused, and you can definitely like see me like focusing on the moves and not like expressing myself. And I believe like after taking that class, I'm able to do the dances a lot more effortlessly without having it look like you know, trying to remember what the next move is. Fact 5, I aspire to be a contortionist. Growing up, I would always like watch scary movies, and I would be like wondering how were they able to capture, you know, that scene with, you know, people who are possessed and things like that. And I'll be like, I want to do that. And my grandma will always be like, I rebuke that. Stop saying that. That's the devil's work. God don't want you to do that. But I love God. God knows I love God. But that's art. I just want to do that for, you know, the art of it, and just to like see. I would say have an out of body experience, but I don't know, that type of out of body experience you may not want to have. But I just want to see like myself really like come into the character, like on camera, through, you know, contortioning. And I feel like I have a few of the basics down, but I'm not to the point where I'm a full-fledged contortionist. Um, and plus I'm not trained. So I would like to build upon like my natural flexibility and become um a really dope contortionist, and maybe act in a short film, or, you know, music video, or even a movie being a possessed person. And I also love like choreography from these choreographers, Zetato. They incorporate a lot of contortion moves like in their dancing. I believe their dance is like, it's kind of modern, I believe. Um like they're always on the floor. And that's one thing that I really like. In a way, I was like, why are we always on the floor, like when I was taking my intro to modern course? But it was also like allowing me to like have fun and be free, because I was so uptight like in college. Like I was so focused and trying to like then like, let's just go, let's just do what I need to do so I can get up out of here. And that class allowed me to, you know, like kind of tap into my inner child again, and just like be free and expressive. But yeah, I love Zatato's choreography. I'm planning on learning some and like posting to Instagram, but it's just about me finding like a location to where I could do this, because I don't think I should do that like outside in the grass like I usually do my videos. But yeah. Fact 6, I am an active reader. And not necessarily just about like me actively and constantly reading books. Because I'm definitely like struggling with like the 8 books that I was supposed to read before this year is out. I'm only on book 2. So yeah. But by active reader, I mean that I rely on like heavily annotating, and, you know, like just really indulging myself into the book to feel more connected with it. And when I read, I like to underline like a lot of things that I feel are important within like each page. um I like the little sticky tabs on my books. I love to do that like on each page. Like if I want to go back to the book without having to read, and I could just pull up like, why did I put this tab here? And I'll just read off that. um yeah. And I also like take words that I don't know, and I make index cards out of them. and you know, that helps me with trying to expand my vocabulary. um yeah, I have to do it better at, you know, going back and going over those cards, because I really don't do it as often as I should. And lately I have also been having a hard time with, you know, working on creating the cards. But yeah, you know, it's a lot of time management things that I need to work on over here right now. 2025, we will be back in full effect and better at that, hopefully. But I prefer nonfiction, informative, black history, and even like self-help books. I'm not really like a fan of, you know, the mystery fiction and all of that. I feel like when I read those types of books, it's very sad to say, but I do feel like I'm wasting my time when I read books like that. I don't really get any excitement out of those types of books. I feel like my time was wasted. Like, I've always felt like that growing up. That's why when we used to do like the AR accelerated reading points things, I would always try to find like memoirs and stuff like that, and it kind of forced me into like a 5th grade level, because I didn't want to read the little um fiction books and things like that. Only fiction book I was kind of like interested in was Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and that was just because, you know, they was using capitalism on us at a very early age, at those book fairs. And you know, as a hoarder, I used to want to collect those books from 1 to the million version that they're on now. But anywho, next fact. Fact 7, I am a college graduate. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Media and Entertainment Arts, focused in video arts, from the University of Southern Mississippi. And, you know, growing up, I never really thought about college. I didn't think about college until 10th, 11th grade is when I started to think about college. I always knew about college. When it came time for me to like choose a college that I would want to go to, I had to figure out what it was that I would want to do, and what it was that I would actually stick to doing. And the thing I was going to do first was, you know, go into the medical field, because my grandma I've known her to be a nurse all of my life, and I've experienced like a lot of work days with her growing up before, you know, HIPAA and all of that. Like, we used to be able to go to work with her and stuff like that, and I would sit in her office and just like pay attention to like the work that she did and stuff like that in clinics. And it was very inspiring, and it was also like all I really like knew at the time, like from someone older than me, like working in my family. So I wanted to pursue that. And I also like used to always be attracted to the idea of, you know, being a black male doctor or just a black male health professional. I still believe that that is something very dope and very honorable, especially because like I don't have any males in my family who are in the medical field. So I would have loved to like extend like my grandma's legacy with nursing and stuff like that by, you know, going into that field. But the course catalog really threw me off, because I knew that I wouldn't be willing to do what it takes to get to that point. Like, I do enjoy science and stuff like that, but the other things that would be required of me, I knew it's not even just about enjoying, but it's just the part about me knowing that I wouldn't be able to put the fact that it won't be enjoyable aside and still do what's required of me. I knew I wouldn't be able to do that. So I chose something that I, you know, went through the course catalog, and I was like, I would rather prefer to do that instead of this. And I went with video arts. And You know, there was things in the course catalog for video arts that I feel like I wouldn't want to do. There was things in almost everything that I feel like I wouldn't want to do, but I would rather, you know, fight through that than fight through what I would have to fight through to become a medical health professional or anything like that. Um, yeah. I'm not working in my field, as you could probably assume, being in Mississippi. Um, unless I am unaware, there aren't really any opportunities for me here outside of, you know, being a freelance videographer and things like that. But I don't see myself like interested in, you know, being a videographer, but I do see myself like being more interested in like producing and assisting producing and just overall like helping with social media management and assisting with the storytelling and stuff like that when it comes to like certain projects and things like that, even if it's video based or not. I believe that I'll do a great job at things like that, and we'll get more into that when I get into more facts. But yeah. Fact 8, my current favorite fashion brands are Kiko Kostadanov, Pierre Moss. Definitely, I miss them and I love them so much, and I can't wait for them to come back. Hopefully, they do come back. Telfar, B-Side Jackson, and Cody Phillips. I would just show like pieces that they have that are my current faves, and you will be able to see like why they're my favorite. Fact 9, my uncles built my sense of humor. And the reason why I say this is because they had me watching Comedy Central and Adult Swim a lot growing up. And actually, like, me talking about Adult Swim, the short that I made is actually what's helping my channel like grow right now. Shout out to my uncles. But yeah, we grew up like together watching a lot of parody movies and Robot Chicken and stuff like that, and Dave Chappelle's show, Marlon Wayans and John Wayans, the Wayans Bros, Martin, all of that types of stuff like is what created my sense of humor. And in a way, I do like have dark humor, and I also have like dry humor as well. And a lot of my humor is also very niche. Like, I love when you have to like be part of groups of things or like actively engaging with something to like understand like certain jokes. Like, it's kind of like having an inside joke within, you know, like your niche group. But yeah, I feel like they really like built my sense of humor in that sense. And yeah, shout out to them for that. Fact 10, I am a documentarian. And capturing moments was something that was inspired by my granddad. Growing up, he was always have like the, you know, the camera, the disposable camera that you snap and you go get it printed at Walgreens, Walmart. Used to be at Walmart back in the day. And you would go get it printed. He would do that a lot growing up. But as we got older and he also got an iPhone, he no longer does it anymore. And so I decided to start picking that up for him by, you know, capturing things that maybe he wasn't even like around to capture, just for like my own memory and also my family's memory and keepsake. And then I recently started like printing out these pictures and creating my own photo album, physical photo album, because like everyone has abandoned physical pictures nowadays. But you know, like a lot of us who are tapped into that type of stuff, we're getting back into it, and you know, like feeding back into, you know, the whole little nostalgia demon and stuff like that. But I believe that having physical photos and things like that helps you best with like really remembering like where you were and where that came from, and connecting with the moment like a lot more specially. Because like having it on your phone, like, okay, I can just pull it up, this and that, it makes the picture seem like almost like not that significant because it's so easy to just pull up. But when you go dig through those storage bins and blow the dust off and flip through the pages and wipe them down, and you see like you have this picture of you like, oh, I forgot about this picture, this and that. And that's kind of what the type of time I'm on right now. Like, I want to create memories, capture them, and in a way hide them from myself so that when I come back to them, it's like it's my first time like being immersed into that moment like again. And also, I'm a documentarian because I have a documentary. I worked on a documentary alongside 3 other of my classmates, and it was titled Tone by Tunes. In this documentary, we basically capture the perspective of a person who creates music, athlete who listens to music, people who have studied music, and maybe people who have done it all. And they all tell their perspective on like how music affects them, affects others, and the overall goal of music, period. And it's really a dope documentary that we were able to create like in undergrad, while also like being able to actually contact and have included in our documentary a sports and music psychologist, Dr. Kostas Karagiorgis, who is across the pond, and he even, like embraced us and was very thankful that we contacted him. And this all came from us like going through academic databases and doing academic journals and stuff like that before actually starting it. And one of my group mates was basically like, we should contact him, and he did it, and he was interested in being interviewed for our documentary. And I believe you all should definitely check that out. It was very dope. It was very fun working on and it helped me like really like realize that I really want to create more documentaries um in life about music, black culture, black history, everything within those range. I'm interested. Yeah, in my role in that whole entire documentary was like, I definitely caught things with the camera. I was a videographer for that, and I also like edited. I pieced together the clips to like help with storytelling, and produce as well, basically. Um, yeah, it was a very fun project, and I can't wait to work on more within that range. Fact 11, I am a seller on Depop. And on this app, Depop, I'm pretty sure you know it. It's a clothing reselling app, and you can also like purchase clothes. It's like an online thrift store. And I would always like be on this app before I even had any money or my own like debit card. Like, I would just be on there searching, favoriting things, and just saving it and stuff like that. But around 2020, I was able to, finally start being on there, and I was like, I'm looking for ways to make money while we're in this pandemic. And I had never had a job and stuff like that, so I was just selling like a lot of things that I was getting rid of as I was preparing to go to college in the fall. And that definitely like helped me like pay for a lot of the little fees that you have like for college, and also like helped me have a little pocket change while being there. I now use Depop as like a trading system. Like, if I sell something, I'm like, okay, I can buy something. Lately it has been a struggle because I have been buying more than I have been selling, to be completely honest. But y'all can change that by checking out my shop, KO Supply. Click the link tree in the bottom of the description, and it'll take you there. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get rid of things. Like, I'm running out of space in my room and in my house for things to like go. So it's definitely time for me to like get rid of more things now. A lot of things have to go, even though I don't want to get rid of them. But yeah. Fact 12, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. Well, it's my favorite holiday. And it's mainly because I do love the fall, and I love like just the weather. I love the seasonal flavors, pumpkin, don't shoot me, and things like that. And also like Halloween, like we used to always have like Halloween parties growing up in my old house. So I'm still like connected to that as a child. Like I find comfort in Halloween movies, Halloween Town and stuff like that. It's just very comforting to me because of like those days, and the way that my family used to really like bond over Halloween. Fact 13, I am a Capricorn. And I'm not the biggest zodiac guru when it comes to like knowing all the deep facts about my signs and stuff like that, but I do pay attention to like the basic stuff. I don't really like how they try to, they being like the zodiac pages and people on social media, try to make us come off as like we're just all the most stern, strict, mean people. I believe that can be an element that I can have, like it's a part of me, but that's a part of like everybody. But um I definitely have those type of traits. It's part of who I am sometimes, but it's not who I am all the time like these pages try to make us seem to be. Um do I come off as a Capricorn to you? Like, do you see like the things that I post, or just based off like my vibes in this video, period? Like, do you see Capricorn? Does it give Capricorn? Is what I want to know. If not, what else could it be? 14, I collect physical media. My dream is to have like my own like very vast archive of all the things within like physical media, and mainly like black physical media. I'll collect things like magazines, CDs, vinyl, photos, photo books, photo albums. Yeah, certain collectibles like tickets, and stuff like that. Shoe cards, Jordan retro shoe cards and stuff like that. I try to find any reason to collect stuff, just to be completely honest. And I am a hoarder, to be completely honest. Yeah, I am. But I'm organized with it, and I love all these things. I'm not just holding on to them just to be holding on to them, but I hold on to them, and I definitely go back and source them and actually use them. They're not just sitting here, like I'm using them. But yeah, I aspire to like have a forever growing like archive. Like my dream is to like have like this big room where it's just like, it looks like a library or something like that. And also, I prefer CDs over vinyl. It's getting to a point where I only like get my favorite albums on vinyl, but when it comes to like CDs, I still try to like get my favorites. But I'm more experimental when it comes to like purchasing a CD. I feel like CDs, they are indeed cheaper. So like, if I find one like used or somewhere, or it's part of a lot, I don't really care. Like, I just pay for it just because my other favorites are in it. And I'll take in the rest of them just to have them and check them out. But when it comes to like vinyl, like I'm only buying you on vinyl if you have produced something that has been life-changing to me. That's just me being completely honest. But I'm getting rid of my Victorola vinyl player, because that's a low quality vinyl player, and I don't really like have anywhere to set it up anyway. And also like CDs, I use them like a lot more frequently than I would a vinyl. Like, I put in my CDs to my CD player when I'm overstimulated, like all the time, and I want to break from my phone, and I put it in there and I just listen to it on CD. My favorite albums on CD. Fact 15, My current comfort albums are Full Moon by Brandy. Um, that album is very like um beautiful. I am becoming a Brandy stan. And I know we shouldn't be using that word like, but I'm not standing her in that type of way. I'm just like a very, very I'm very appreciative of her craft. And Full Moon has definitely like been something that I have been attached to over the past 2 to 3 years. I listen to that album almost every single day. It's a beautiful album, and the aesthetics of it was very beautiful as well. Brandy is a legend who I feel like doesn't get the flowers that she's definitely like deserving of. And like as time has passed on, I've realized that Full Moon may not actually like be my favorite album by her. Even though I do love it. But 211, I definitely need that on CD because I love experimental R&B, and she is experimenting like no other on that album. And the fact that when she dropped that album, she was like, dealing with grief. Whitney Houston had just passed, and she was also like feeling like nobody wanted to hear her anymore, due to her being in the industry for so long. And she released that, and she had so many great songs on that album. And I also like went back and went on YouTube, and I was like searching like reactions to it. Because people were actually doing like music and album reactions during old YouTube days. And it was just really like dope to see like how receptive people were to the album. And she felt like so bad, like she people didn't want to hear her anymore, which it was very untrue, and it's still untrue. Like people still want to hear her today as well. My other favorite comfort album currently is Invincible by Michael Jackson. Um, you know, I became attached to that as well, maybe like 2 to 3 years ago. It was part of the lot. That in oh no, that wasn't part of the lot. I'm lying. I bought that separately. I got into it before Heaven Can Wait started going viral on TikTok. I got into it like a few months before it started going viral on TikTok. And I feel like this is the most R&B Michael Jackson has ever gotten, and I wish we would have gotten more of that from him prior to him passing, because like this album is so like beautiful. And the fact that Brandy gave background vocals on Michael Jackson Invincible, and Michael Jackson even gave background vocals for her on Full Moon, which is really, really dope and cool. It kind of just, I just love when like my faves are secretly like collabing, but not even just secretly collabing, but they're having a sense of connectedness in a way. It's like universes crossing or something like that. And my third favorite comfort album is New Blue Sun by Andre 3000. Definitely turn this on anytime I'm feeling frustrated, overstimulated. I need a break from words. Even while I'm reading, I will play it. And yeah, I'm very grateful for what Andre 3000 is doing. I am a very much an Andre 3000 fan. He's very inspiring to me as a black man in this world who's a weirdo creative. I no longer go by alternative anymore, because someone said black people are alternative by nature. And after hearing that, I was like, dang, they not really like lying. So I no longer go by alternative. Even though like alternative people are very cool, but we're alternative by nature, as they say. And Andre 3000 has definitely been like one of the main inspirations for me, like since a kid, before I even hit double digits. Just seeing him be expressive with his style and his creative ability in rapping and stuff like that has been overly inspiring to me. And I love and appreciate him for everything that he does and is going to continue to do, as he ages gracefully while still creating. Fact 16, I fast before every photo shoot. I feel like fasting is something that, it is kind of like religious and spiritual. And in a sense, I feel like photo shoots are very spiritual as well. And I feel like if I want to embody a certain look or make a certain look like come to life or give a certain energy or perform this certain persona, things like that, I have to be cleansed to do that. And make the concept actually like come to life. And I feel like I haven't like really been placed into like a moment where like I feel like this is something like you really 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 need to do that. But I just do it like for practice now, because like when the time comes where I am required to really get into character, I will be prepared to do like what it takes, because fasting is something that a lot of people talk about, that they have to do before and after getting into character and stuff like that. And it's something that I picked up on and just been doing it ever since. And it also like gives me a glow. Like I it gives me a glow in a way that, the black girl sunscreen can't really like do alone. And I feel like if I look good like not post, pre-editing, then it's gonna make an even better uh look for not only me but the photographer as well, because it makes it easier for them to edit when you already look good. I did a photo shoot in 2023 in August where I feel like that definitely did require like fasting. Um, it was titled KO Seance, and in this, the concept was basically like inspired by me channeling KO, which is, stands for knocked out, which my name Komaris. And I created this new name to embody me knocking out like all the challenges that are placed my way. And even if that challenge may be me and my own mental blockages and barriers and things like that, I'm knocking them out of the way. Um, yeah. And mentally, I had to put myself back into the state of, KO. And it's definitely like something I have to actively do like constantly, because I do get out of the state of KO, because, life gets serious, it gets real, it gets wicked. And, being in college and things like that, I was constantly faced with like challenges and things like that would try to knock me off of my pivot. And, this shoot definitely like helped me like reclaim the energy that you know, the whole purpose of me naming myself K.O. Mars. And yeah, I started like conceptualizing the shoot like around March, April of 2023. And then like my fast began in June. And I did the shoot around late August, early September approximately. And it was really dope. I really loved the result of it. And I also like had to stretch. I started stretching like April, May as well, because I did a lot of, dynamic poses, the split and stuff like that. So back bends, and I wanted to be able to like really like hold those poses for the shoot without relying on like a fast shutter speed. I wanted to be able to like actually like hold this Not only for like the photographer, but also for my BTS content. I want to look cool in BTS content too. Fact 17, I was on the Jumbotron during the Millennium Tour in 2021. So there was this video of Omarion going viral on TikTok with that red shirt, a red jacket, and blue jeans, and some Timbs. And he was doing this dance. And I made a TikTok doing it, and it didn't get like no views at all. I believe it was barely at 1,000 views, and it had probably like 18, 20 something likes, 40, maybe in the 40 range or something. And why that video end up on the Jumbotron with him during his Millennium Tour, I was just like shocked about that. Like I didn't even know that I was on the Jumbotron like several nights, I believe, until my friend from college, she sent it to me and was like, did you know that you're on the Jumbotron? And I was just like, that's crazy. Now y'all know I'm good for having my supporting details, my facts and things like that to prove that what I'm saying is actual factual, but for some reason I'm not able to find the post where they reposted me and I was on the Jumbotron. So that's a bummer, but why would I have to lie about this? This is nothing to lie about. But yeah. I wish I would have saved it though, like for myself. But I think the post got deleted or something. The page got deleted, I don't know. But yeah. Definitely like a cool moment. But I wish I would have known like you was using my video. But definitely like a cool moment. Like I love Omarion. Like he's also like one of the black male representations for me growing up. As a boy with long hair and stuff like that, I would always use him as an example when my mom would ask how I want my braids. So that's like a very full circle moment, honestly. Speaking of the braids, I grew out my hair again to reconnect with my inner child. And I cut my hair, my first big chop was in I was maybe 14 or 13 going on 14. I cut my hair. It was 19 inches when I cut it, and I'm hoping to get back to that length or more. It was promised to me that if I cut my hair off, like I could always grow it back. Like my grandma was very like itching for me to like cut my hair off and just try it out and stuff like that because of my, just trying something out because I'm getting older and stuff like that. And I did it and I didn't like it. Like I feel like it wasn't me. I felt very insecure. I felt ugly. I don't think my facial features really like aligned with, the cut. And also like my hairline, I don't think it's haircut worthy. Like I need the little edges and baby hairs to be there. I'm never cutting my hair again. Like I would have to go bald for me to cut my hair again, and we gonna knock on wood on that one, because I feel like my hair is just me. Like it doesn't make me, but it's part of me. I feel like it's something that I need. And I started like growing my hair back out like 2021, during my spring semester of college. I promised to myself, I was like, okay, we're gonna be growing our hair out this time. Like we're not going back to haircuts. Also, I couldn't really like find a barber down there. I didn't want to find a barber. I really didn't even try. So just went with growing my hair back out. And so far I'm loving it. Definitely like could experiment a lot more with my hair now. But yeah, I'm just really grateful to not be bald. because my dad started losing his hair at 21. So I know my time could be coming, but I'm hoping that it don't. No time soon, Lord. No time soon. Please. 19, I only use Donna's Recipe. Donna's Recipe is a hair care line that was started by Tabitha Brown. It's all self-funded, which she just said it recently. I get it from Ulta. This is I have become obsessed with Ulta Beauty, like building my points. Cashback rewards get me all the time. Like I love building up my points on things, like they get me all the time. So I splurge on Tabitha Brown and Ulta Beauty, and yeah, my hair loves it. I feel like it helps my hair like be, with frizz. I do have like very frizzy hair, but this is the product that has been like helping me like the best, like with that. Like my hair doesn't look like as frizzy as it usually does. And it also like gives me a little bit more curl, and the curls hold, and also I can use like on a daily basis without feeling like my hair is um caked up with product, because certain brands I would use, like it would always feel like caked up with product or just extremely oily. I feel like my hair is actually like using the natural products that's in it, and being moisturized. But also these products are kind of like fall scented, and like they use sweet potato and stuff like that for it. So I bought it during like the summer of 2023, and I was like, I don't know if I should use this. I should wait till fall to use it, because I don't want to be walking around smelling like sweet potatoes or Thanksgiving dinner or something like that. So I avoided using it until like that fall, and now I don't care about the seasonal smell or anything like that, because the smell isn't even like that fragrant, which I also love. And that's one of the reasons why I couldn't really everybody use this on their first chop, Cantu. I got into Cantu during my first chop, and it broke me out so bad. Like my skin would be like so bad on my forehead, and it would also like the smell of it would make me like nauseous throughout the day, and it also like smell like alcohol too. But with that, it's not very fragrant at all, which is something that I always look for in a hair product, because I don't want to be smelling my hair product all day. This is not a cologne. This is not a perfume. Like I should not be smelling that. And also, like, I feel like if you got hair with fragrance in it, like it's burning my hair properly. But yeah, I love Tabitha Brown. Yeah, shout out to her. Fact 20. My favorite game series are Dance Central by Harmonix, Batman by Rocksteady Studios, and The Sims by EA. And the reason why Dance Central is my favorite gaming series is because I believe they are one of the only dance game series that actively promoted hip hop culture and embraced it. A lot of these dance games nowadays, we know there's only one thriving right now. They pretty much only use trending songs, or not really many urban songs. And to hear like songs I grew up listening to as a child, like on the radio and in my mom's home while she cooked, being able to dance to those on a game was something that I really, really enjoyed and loved and appreciated. In a way, it almost felt illegal. I didn't even think like it would be possible for black songs, songs by black artists to even in hip hop to even like be in a game and stuff like that. Sometimes, in this newer age of gaming, they kind of become a bit whitewashed, to be completely honest. And I feel like Just Dance was something that was very urban, and it was made for us. Not even by us, but you know, it was still made for us, and they completely like honored people of hip hop, the hip hop community, black community, Asian and Latino, Hispanic Latino community. Even down to like the characters, they were very like urban and also like accurate representation for multiple cultures. And I feel like that's something that was so beautiful and so dope. Um, yeah, I miss them so much, but I do own Dance Central 1 through 3 currently. So, I mean, a win is a win, but I do wish they were still going because I would love to see their takes on newer music dropping now. And yeah. Batman games, I would say they made me fall back in love with story mode games and helped me like actively want to search for more story mode games. Growing up, I would play story mode games like Mortal Kombat, and Prince of Persia, was definitely like one of my favorite story mode games. But Batman, I was always Team Batman over Spider-Man and all the Superman. I was always Team Batman. And to like play that game and just really enjoy it was something, you know, I appreciated it. I really do appreciate it. But I only really like know Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. Once we get into the Arkham Origins and all of that, it started becoming a little bit too difficult for me. I think I'm just not as tech savvy when it comes to like gaming. Nowadays, because even when I try to play Fortnite, I'm just like, oh baby, no, it's too much going on. Like it literally be too much flying across the screen. I don't be knowing. I like the old school games. Like now, it be too much going on. But also like Arkham City, well not Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, well maybe Arkham City too. It was very dark, like almost to the point like I don't know like what's going on. Like Batman is already like a dark person, a dark character, a dark universe. DC, Arkham is already a dark universe. So, well, Gotham is a dark universe. So, I mean, of course, it's gonna be dark, but it was very, very, very dark. But I did love that game and the characters and their looks and stuff like that. I want some collectibles, some figurines from that game too. I'm gonna have to look on eBay probably, but yeah. The last one, but definitely not the least, is The Sims. The Sims has been my comfort game since I was like around the age of 8 and 9, and my dad even plays it. And I don't know, I made a video talking about like why I love Sims so much to this day. You should definitely check it out to like really like get a full understanding of that. But I just feel like it's my favorite like escape. Like it's the only game where I feel like I'm escaping from every form of like reality and realism, which is why I dislike, which I explained in the video, I heavily dislike when people try to make Sims like hyper realistic. I feel like it's unfair because Sims is created to be a sense of escapism, but maybe everyone else doesn't view it that way. But yeah. Alright, I made this video a lot more longer than what it should have been, which is why I did 20 facts instead of 25. But yeah, I thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate and thank you all again for all the new incomers coming into the channel. And I hope that you find this space as somewhere that you want to be. Someone, and find me as someone you are, you know, interested in based off the topics that they're going to be talking about. And the things that I'm going to be showcasing. Again, my channel is for me. Really, it is for me. And I'm pretty much just, breaking barriers within myself, and getting more comfortable with sharing parts of me, in ways that's not as easy to do, in a one-on-one conversation, or even like group conversations, or just like in person and things like that. I'm just trying to showcase myself in the best ways possible, and getting my ideas off, and also like showing just everything that I'm interested in and everything that I'm interacting with. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching, and bye.